name is Mark Milligan. I am one of the client success managers here at Audience. Many of you probably know me. We've got a number of fun things to cover today. Before we do, just please note that you can chat in, or not chat in, but we have a Q&A feature. Please answer any questions in there, and Austin will try to answer what he can in real time, and then if there's anything left, I'll be sure to answer anything at the end of the call as well. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. First things first, while I am introducing our agenda today, please open another browser window real quick, or another tab, and enter in the U link here. It's just the ul.ink, as you know, and it's 1D6S4. 1D6S4, and because we definitely want to pull a winner at the end of this. And I've seen some of my favorite people win. I've also seen some people that I'm a big fan of have not won yet. So I got my fingers crossed here to see if we can pull a winner, that maybe a new one or something today. So make sure you get in there, enter, fill out your information. You might see some social media buttons. We're going to touch on that in a moment as well. So make sure you follow for those bonus entries as well. They really do help, I promise. Now, most of you are familiar with these being recorded, these recordings being published, within a day or two. Tim actually manages that, and he's actually out of the country right now. So it's he's on an adventure. I'll let him tell you all about it later. But yeah, so as soon as he gets back, we'll have that published. So next Monday, we'll have the recording of this published for everybody. Okay, so like I said, take a moment to visit that URL in pink there in the middle, enter today's giveaway. For those that are new, we'll be drawing a random attendee at the end of the call. That lucky winner will receive a $100 Amazon gift card, compliments of Audience. So just type that URL in, like I said, and remember, you must be present to win at the end. So make sure you tune in for the full show. Once everybody's had a chance to enter, we're going to talk about expanding some fun ideas, trying to take some of your contests and your campaigns and your promotions to the next level. We also have a new blog that we're starting, so you get in early on that, and you'll be able to find other fun ideas there as well. We'll touch on a couple of case studies. I'm going to run through a few reminders, including some of those, as you can see there, summer templates, leads portal for those that aren't familiar with it yet. National campaigns is still coming up. I mentioned we'll talk on social media, sales sheet, a couple other things as well. We'll answer those questions that are left remaining, and then we'll pull that winner. All right, let's go ahead and begin. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about are fun ways to engage with your audience, come up with fun ways to have a promotion, right? Giveaways are king. Everybody is, giveaways work for sure. They never get old. Honestly, you can't go wrong with a fun giveaway. Whether it's a big prize, even if it's a small prize, people just love to win, and maybe have their name announced on air as the winner or whatever. But to keep things fresh and to catch people's attention, to stand out from maybe some of the older contest ideas that we've done before, be sure to throw in a unique theme or a fun twist on occasion. It doesn't have to be complex and creative or anything. We're certainly not wanting to make things overly complex and difficult for you, but in fact, so we usually advise against making over complex actually, but to make it stand out from other giveaways, even if it is still generally a basic sweepstake, a basic giveaway, you can still come up with a fun twist or a theme that it goes a long way, both for you and your station as well as your sponsors. Your sponsors will really appreciate a fun little twist. Some ideas might be, instead of just giving something away to a random winner, Have somebody, have people try to guess the score of a, the local sports game or something. Just little twists like that. It's not too complex, but it makes for a fun. Keywords are always a fun one as well. And I'll shout all day about bonus entries. Make sure you include ways for people to improve their chances of winning with those bonus entries. Sponsors love those, those social media follows and yeah, well, whatever you can get them, they'll love it. But prizes, although they're a common one with sweepstakes and giveaways, and they are easy and a reliable go-to, not all campaigns need a prize. In fact, we'll see a few specific examples shortly, but prizes aren't the only thing to offer viewers and listeners. For example, maybe a fun personality quiz or polls, surveys where people could share their voices and opinions, or perhaps a funny, just a dog costume gallery where, people just get to show off. In fact, we'll come up with another example here shortly where people get to kind of show off a loved one here. So really, there's no limit to finding new ways to capture your audience's attention. Giving something away for free isn't the only thing to grab their attention. In fact, a common theme that we'll see today is generating goodwill and connecting on a personal level with your audience. Again, whether that's boosting hometown pride or doing something kind for someone in particular, or maybe a group of people or something, or a school, there really is so much you can do. And again, that doesn't just benefit your station and create that brand loyalty, but it also, your sponsors get to ride that as well. And suddenly people associate your sponsor with these good, warm, heartwarming feelings and things. So that sponsors really love kind of a goodwill type of thing rather than always just a giveaway. Although giveaways, they work, they're king for sure, but quizzes, surveys, polls, galleries, things that maybe just are a way to engage on another level really can go a long way and stand out from among the others. And now those are just a handful of ideas from one of our new blog posts. I kind of showed you a screenshot of it before. 10 new ideas, 10 ways to engage and have fun ideas for your contest. In fact, I was talking about quizzes and surveys a moment ago, and our friends over at Salem Media relied quite a bit on quizzes and surveys to significantly boost their first party data. They were highlighted in a big study recently, and we wanted to give them a quick shout out as well. You'll find more ideas like this, also how Salem took advantage and leveraged their first party data. You'll be able to find a lot of fun, engaging ideas, how to improve and come up with a fun twist. You'll find a lot of that on our new blog. And you can find that just by going to our page, audience.io, scroll down, and there will be a link to it, and you can actually start seeing. We're starting to do more and more posts here. You're going to see these ramp up real quick with our new marketing team. So please make sure you check that out. You can read about these articles that we've done here, along with that other one I showed you before. Okay, let's see, we got a question already. Was the link for the contest posted? I don't see it. Yes, that was earlier. You know what, let's do it real quick. Let's show everybody real quick. It's ul.ink1d6s4. There you go, John, I got you, man. And yeah, actually, oh, I think you mean posted. Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Austin, if you wouldn't mind posting that URL link in the Q&A or in the chat, that would be great. Thank you. I see what you mean there, John. Thank you very much for highlighting that. Okay, all right, let's move forward, shall we? Let's take a look at a couple of examples, some real life case studies. One that is always my favorite, and I've shown this once or twice in the past, but I wanted to kind of bring it back because they actually just finished a new one for 2023. I need to put some of the details together for it. But La Musica or Spanish Broadcasting, they actually came up with this really fun idea. It really gets the community involved. Again, kind of talking about goodwill, bringing the local community together. They do this every year, and it's a big fanfare where various companies around the, maybe it's a cake bakery or a dress, a place that sells dresses. They all come together and they actually create this awesome quinceañera for, you know, some lucky winner. And they nominate, you know, these different girls that are, you know, growing up into womanhood, and they get to celebrate that. And of course, each of these providers get to be highlighted as well. So it works on several levels. Obviously, you know, the engagement is outstanding. Social media opt-ins. I mean, you can look at some of these numbers. There's social media shares. That's free free marketing right there, is what that is. Free advertisement, word of mouth there. But yeah, they create there's a place, you know, they come up with a venue and all sorts of things here. They throw in a lot of bonus entries to really kind of boost some of those places. You know, we want the cake provider to have some extra Facebook and Twitter follows and whatnot. So it really becomes this big, awesome event. So anytime you can really come up with, again, something that's heartwarming, but also a prize, but where you can bring in multiple sponsors to kind of combine into one big contest, that's a great way to go. And there's a little bit of effort there, but as you can see, it pays off big time. We actually haven't. This is the same one, just in Spanish. I wanted to take a moment to highlight that we've recently we have all of our help articles translated in Spanish now. And of course, if you're not familiar already, we have, anytime you download one of our or participate in one of our national promotions, or download one of our templates, you'll see Spanish versions as well. So yeah, please take advantage of that if you have any, you know, Spanish markets at all. Okay, cool. Moving forward, another one. This just ended like 2 days ago, and it was fantastic. It was simple. Again, it doesn't have to be creative, right? Or it doesn't have to be complex. I mean, but their news station and KARE 11 News, they have this backyard patio, you know, set that they'll deliver the news from. Their meteorologist. She'll kind of be in that backyard venue there, and they were updating the furniture, and they thought, you know, this is a good opportunity to maybe do that as well. Now, of course, there is what's the word I'm looking for? Sponsorship revenue, obviously, that comes in with this, but they said their real goal was goodwill. They wanted to create engagement and relationship building with the community. Again, boosting brand loyalty both for themselves and for their sponsor. In this case, their sponsor was By the Yard. They actually do a really cool thing. They actually recycle old plastic and create new, high-end, very durable backyard and patio furniture. It withstand, you know, this kind of stuff that can withstand a Minnesota winter. So really, really cool stuff. And a $5,000 gift card is a nice way to go, because it allows the winner to kind of customize what they want for their backyard. So it was a perfect opportunity. That one thing that they did was they took their meteorologist is beloved in the area. She's kind of a local celebrity there, and so every time she delivered the news, at the end of delivering the news, she would just remind people, hey, go to the website here where you can find it, and make sure you enter to win. And they just had outstanding numbers. Over almost half the people opted in. They had almost 8,000 brand new people who've never entered contests before. People out there sharing it for just, again, free marketing there. So and it only lasted, it was a little less than a month, so just shy of 4 weeks when they ran that. So that was a great one. Again, simple, but kind of a fun twist, a theme, again, with summer and spring coming up. So yeah, it's something with a fun theme that kind of stands out among the others, or maybe a twist to it, and can really suddenly spark everyone's attention. All right, moving on. This is one that I absolutely love, and it's continued. So I need to get an updated one. But every year it seems like they just keep recycling this great idea. Don't reinvent the wheel kind of thing. During the pandemic, kids weren't, these graduates weren't able to kind of get the spotlight that they wanted by walking, across and shaking the dean's hand, or whatever, the principal's hand, getting their diploma or degree. And so what a lot of stations did, and I'm using KSL because they're in my local area here in Utah, but as you can see, a number of stations ran these, and every single one of them was successful. They had pages and pages and pages of parents and grandparents submitting, their graduates. This one, it didn't even have a prize. There wasn't a prize, being given away. Again, this is just kind of a goodwill connecting with your community type idea. They did have a sponsor, so they were able to kind of utilize that, get some sponsor revenue as well. But that goodwill applied not just to them, but also to Cypress Credit Union. Now they're the awesome, local credit union that that cares about these kids that have worked really hard to graduate. And they'd submit a picture and maybe a little paragraph about what their next plans are, their favorite things are, or whatever. So it was a big one. I mean, over 3,000 entries. That's pretty big for a gallery. Galleries are great because they start, especially if you add like a voting aspect. This one didn't have a voting aspect, but you start getting families. People share it on social media, and then their families get involved, and they share it. And so it's a great way to really get the attention and get a lot of participation through gallery. So keep those in mind as well. But this is just another example, where no prize was necessary, generating goodwill and a fun, awesome idea that would just everybody's a winner kind of idea. If you're thinking about doing one of these for this summer, or I don't know, maybe in the fall or whenever, we have a number of those templates, and for those that are familiar already, we have tons and tons and tons of templates. We also have tons and tons of summer specific or spring specific templates as well. So if you're kind of trying to come up with some fun ideas, this is, scrolling through this is a great way to brainstorm some ideas, but it's also an opportunity to, maybe just have one half built for you. You already have you already have the idea, you already have the graphics, and then you just kind of, add your own twist or whatever to it. So you can find those different senior spotlight templates in there as well. So make sure you visit that. Taking a step up from templates, obviously we have our national campaigns coming up as well. The ones coming up now are summer cash contest. Again, that's really there to boost listening. You can obviously sell it to sponsors as well. We encourage you to do so, but it really helps boost those listening numbers as well. It's a keyword focused contest, and it always seems to do very well with anyone that's participating. So make sure you sign up for that on our Idea Studio. If you're even if you're not sure if you'll do it, just sign up, and if you need to back out at the last second, no problem. But we want to make sure we get you in there in time. And then of course, back to school is coming up already. I mean, school's not even out, but we got to start planning ahead. So back to school contests are going to be a big one as well. Okay, the back to school one, by the way, is where we a student gets to win $1,000 for them, and then for $1,000 for either their school or their favorite charity. That's kind of how that one works as well. So all right, moving forward here. I always throw this one in there because I think it's a very helpful PDF that any salesperson should use, but we can't really. There's no way to really get it to you unless you ask for it. So make sure you write into our support team, support@audience.io, and they can get you this at a glance. It's a great way. It's whether it's a printout or whether it's just on your phone or something, you show it to someone that you're trying to pitch to, and you can show them how you can really customize an entry form or what the different types of contests are. It's a very easy. It really helps kind of share the idea of what they're getting for if they were to sign up. So. Make sure you write into our support team. We can share one with you. Absolutely. One thing I just want to mention, you've already heard this probably the past couple of webinars, but our leads portal, for those that aren't familiar yet, this is a great way to get any of your clients that have leads or that need leads. As soon as somebody opts into it, it can be delivered to the your partner's inbox, their personal inbox or whatever it is, their work inbox. There's no integration required, no big busy setup. You just get the person's email address where they want it delivered. It's secure, very secure, continuously, as often as they want. It could be once per day, it could be once every 15 minutes, once a week, whatever it is that they prefer. Yeah, it lands right in their inbox without having to kind of download the information and send it off to every time they request it or something, or instead of having to wait until the end of the contest to kind of get it all in one big lump sum, they actually get it in close to real time, so they can actually jump on those leads as quickly as they like. So that's a great opportunity. This is kind of what it looks like when they'll get a link in their email, and then and they click on the link, and then any contest that they're involved in, they'll see how many leads they have right now. They can download all of them at once, or maybe just the new ones coming. But very simple tool, and a great way to kind of impress maybe anyone that's looking for leads. Okay, cool. That was just my quick pitch on our new leads portal. Now, another thing I wanted to show also, in addition to the blog that I highlighted earlier, we are very active on social media right now. We have a bunch of awesome posts. We're on all the major. Let's see, did I link this? I think I did. Here we go. Yeah, here's audience on Instagram, right? And we, in fact, there's Sammy. She did this great thing, just data collection ideas, and she's just kind of, well spoken. She shares some ideas on a quick little video. Lots of different stats or ideas that you can share. So make sure you follow us on social media, and whatever your favorite one is: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're on YouTube as well. So make sure you follow. Hopefully you did in the contest earlier, and you get a few extra bonus entries as well on top of that. So yeah, social media, also the blog. Of course, we have the Idea Studio as well, as you're all familiar with at this point. Okay, I think that pretty much does it for the most part. Now it's time for the funnest part, finding